channels. Today's my topics collection, as you know already. So today I'm going to discuss about linked list. So linked list is one of the best class in list interface. So linked list implements list interface. As you know, what is the linked list? If you know about data structures, linked list you know. Otherwise, I will tell you very brief introductions about linked list. Linked list is nothing but linked list is a collection of nodes, and every nodes having a two parts or three parts. If you follow double linked list, single linked list, and circular linked list. So three types of the linked list are available, but I am going to discuss about only double linked list, and we can perform the operation also in double linked list. So it is the important double linked list. You don't want to know about linear single linked list and circular linked list. Okay, so I am going to discuss use double linked list internally. What? Linked list. Because collection, those peoples are developing the collection who already know if I use single linked list, if I use circular linked list, then maybe efficiency problem. So he guys are using double linked list for maintain our project data. Okay, so actually the linked list is not a synchronize. Synchronize means what? This is the very new keyword, synchronize. Synchronize, it means it is not synchronize. It means in linked list object you can perform any type of the operation as a parallel and concurrent also. Concurrent, it means you can perform the operation at the same time. That's why it is not synchronized. I hope it is clear. For example, vector. Vector is synchronized. So you can't perform the operation at a time. Both two operations you can't perform. So if it is not synchronized, so two object, yeah, two thread we can say, both are access this data at a time. That is called not synchronized. Okay, okay. No initial capacity, it means it will not give you any initial capacity. When you want, you just create it. Capacity and size increase as elements are added. When you add some element, then only this capacity and size are increased. Otherwise, it can't increase the hour size. Insertion order is preserved. It is maintained also insertion orders. Okay, he is not going to sort anything. I hope it is clear. Good choice. When frequent operation means what? Are adding and removing, and worst when frequent operation is retrieval. So if you want to add something, if you want to delete something, then you can go for the linked list. It is the best choice. But if you want to retrieve something data in this linked list, you don't want to choose this linked list. Otherwise you can go fallen down. I hope it is clear. Next is internal mechanism of the linked list. What is the internal mechanism? It means how collection peoples, yeah, Java peoples are develop linked list internally. So it is organized collection of the elements called nodes, where each node contains an element and reference to the next element. Okay, so this is the first element for examples, and it is, and this element reference is containing this. So directly this, so directly this. So this is the first point. Through this is the root, and this root we can access everything in the sequential way, and all these are the connected with each other. That is called double linked list. Double linked list having a three parts. First is base address of the first node, this parts, and this is the item, we can store the data here, and this is the next node address. I hope it is clear. Okay, now I'm going to know about adding elements in the linked list. How can you add the element in the linked list? So it is one of the popular. How can you do the operation on this? So linked list, for examples, you are creating the object of the linked list city. So if you want to add some city on this linked list, so you just called city.add Bhopal, city.add Paris, city.add Delhi. So that way we can also create, yeah, store the data on this linked list. How can you create? This is what generics. When you look at as a angular bracket, then it is called generics. It is restricted to it. This linked list is only store the string value. It can't store the student object, any other object. Okay. The above code will create three nodes. Yeah, having the Bhopal, Paris, and Delhi are contains the reference of the nodes adjusted to the point of the previous and next nodes. So first is Bhopal, second is Paris, and third is Delhi. Like that it can store. Next, Bhopal, Paris, and Delhi. Like that it can store. Now adding the elements in the list. Now we are going to add one more element, yeah, one more cities in this linked list. How can you do it? Now suppose we want to add New York. So this is the new entry and new city you want to add in this linked list at the position 3. Then would be write like that. City dot add of the 2 of the New York. So two position already having some data, already having some other city. So how can you add this? To make this adjustment, three steps will be done. First is creating the new nodes with the new work. Second, breaking the links of the Paris and Delhi. For example, you already know about it. So you have a Bhopal and Paris and Delhi. So you have to break some data. Okay. So you can adjust this Delhi and Paris in between this. Adjust links Paris and Newark. So after that we can add after Paris the Newark as well as network will done. Now Delhi, Paris and Newark and Delhi. So this is the 0 position, this is the 1 position, this is the 2 position, this is the 3 position. Okay, like that it will store. Okay, to get the particular element from the linked list, how can you get data? How can you, previous I know how to add the data, how can I store the data, but now how can you retrieve the data, how can you get the data from the linked list? So this for this having a method called get, passing the index number and you can get the data. How can you do it? Just you can call system.out.println city.get of 2. So Newark, yeah, Delhi, you can get it. I hope it is clear. Now, getting element from the linked list. Although linked list provides a get methods, but when you use it, access a particular element, then it is internally traverse the complete list up to the element required. Okay. On the other hand, if you use array list, then directly the elements is the accessed based on the index number. Thus array list supports random access. You already know array list supports random access because having all the data are having a indexes, while linked list supports the sequential access. We can access the data in the sequential order. You can't access the data in direct randomly. So this is the disadvantage of linked list. Okay, benefits of the linked list. What is the benefits for using the linked list? If you know about it, then only you can use the linked list in your project, otherwise you can't use it. So it is the one of the most important question, what is the use and what is the benefit to use the linked list. If you don't know, then don't use anything, you just use array list. If you know when I required array list, when I required linked list, then only you can define and we can take the decision when I have to go through this, because you have everything, but you have to decide when I go. If you want to maintain the insertion order of elements, then go for this, no problem in that. If you want to maintain the insertion order, efficient for adding and removing the element from the middle of the list, it is the very clear. If you want to add some data on the middle of the linked list, then you go for this. This is the sufficient. Third is good for the sequential access. It is a sequential access. If you know already, if you want to access the data in the sequential order, then go for this, but not for the random access. Thank you so much for watching my video. Just subscribe and don't forget to like and comment this video. Thank you so much.